Right, so hi everyone. Our topic today was bullying and teasing, and my name is Alexis Dennis.
And my name's Natalie Spotted Bull, but you can't see me.
Today I wanted to start off our discussion, I guess, with what is the difference between bullying and teasing. I know a lot of people consider them to be the same things, but they do have a little bit of differences. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is bullying. So bullying is intentionally seeking to harm or to intimidate someone perceived as vulnerable or as a threat. There are four different types of bullying. The first one that I wanted to talk about was cyberbullying. So cyberbullying is a form of bullying done by electronic means. It can be done by posting or texting embarrassing pictures, rumors, harassing messages, or by threatening someone. The second type of bullying is physical bullying, and this is when a person or even a group of people use physical actions to bully, which include pushing, hitting, tripping, or even intentionally damaging someone's belongings. The third type of bullying is known as social bullying, and this is done by hurting an individual's reputation. This one's more of like a physical version of cyberbullying. This could be leaving someone out on purpose, telling people to not befriend someone, spreading rumors, or embarrassing someone in front of an audience. And the fourth one that I'd like to talk about is called verbal bullying. Some of you may also know it as verbal abuse, and this is done through speaking. The different forms include name calling, threatening someone, spreading rumors, and making fun of others. It's also one of the most common types of bullying. So make sure to be aware of that one. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was teasing and the difference between bullying with that one. So teasing is an intentional provocation accompanied by playful off-record markers that together comment on something relevant to the target. And sometimes teasing is even used to just bring up like an awkward conversation. Even if it's like embarrassing to talk about, teasing is usually like a fun way to get it out in the open. There are three general forms of teasing. So there's hurtful teasing, playful teasing, and educational teasing. So playful teasing is an expression of acceptance towards someone's so-called flaws. It's typically between friends and family. So everyone has strengths and weaknesses, so teasing is a way to express our acceptance in an informal way. And there's hurtful teasing, which is when a joke is taken too far. This form is the reason that teasing and bullying are typically thought of as the same thing. Teasing generally isn't meant to be hurtful, but when it is, that's when it can transfer into a form of bullying. And the third option that I don't have a picture for it, but it's educational teasing. And this just means trying to teach someone something without trying to sound rude, or it could even be used to promote humility. Just an example of that is when an older kid is throwing a ball to a younger kid, but the older kid throws the ball too hard so the little kid can't hit it. Somebody might teasingly say, "Way to strike out the little one." This would just mean like, "Hey, you threw the ball really hard, the little one couldn't hit it. Try and throw softer." A big difference between bullying and teasing is the relationship that you have with the person. Bullying, you generally don't have a very good relationship, but teasing, it's usually a good relationship.
And mine is bully prevention. How can we build healthy relationship and what parents can do at home? The first way to build healthy relationships is to learn respect. And I put this little scripture, do unto others as you would have them do unto yourself, unto you. Young children, it takes time for them to learn empathy, and they need a lot of help from parents to build it up. And ways that parents can help them gain empathy is, one, to be an example, because children are like parrots. They will do and say what the parents say. Another thing a parent can do is talk to their child and ask the child, how would you feel if that happened to you? So that helps the child put themselves into that person's shoes and understand how their actions were wrong. With older children, it's important to teach them how to solve their own problems and work out the issues independently. And then another way to build healthy relationship is to set boundaries. I'm sure you all heard what's the first kindergarten rule: keep your hands to yourself. The first thing you need to do is set rules and boundaries, and then it's good to practice them so the child is aware of them and familiar with them. And sometimes you can like set up scenarios and practice what you should do. Don't touch others. You can also find examples, like if you're watching a cartoon with them and you see something that breaks boundaries, you could say, oh, look, that cartoon broke boundaries. That's not what you do. You can also set like emotional boundaries, like set the emotional boundaries, and when they break these boundaries, you can point them out, such as manipulative behavior. Be like, hey, that is not okay. That hurt my feelings. Set those boundaries. And then it's also good to build boundaries by teaching them about different children and different ethnicities and groups, and so that they can understand them and keep boundaries and not make fun of them for their different cultures. Another way to build healthy relationships is communication, because communication is key. It's good to listen to the child in order to be able to teach them, and then as well as set an example. Another thing is you can teach them healthy language, like what are swear words, what can be rude, and what is not acceptable socially. And again, you need to be an example and avoid those unhealthy languages, like avoid using certain words. Like if you don't want your kid saying silly, then you shouldn't say that word. You can practice with your kid and take turns speaking. Also set up scenarios of communication. It's always good to keep your cool when talking to a child, so they can understand that yelling and screaming is not healthy communication. And then spending time with the child builds communication skills as well. And then teamwork. There's no I in teamwork. Although it's like really good to start at the home and teach your children healthy behaviors, a lot of time bullying is a social problem, and because it's a social issue, it needs to be taken to the community and worked with the community in order to prevent bullying. A way, for example, to help stop bullying is maybe you can participate in anti-bullying week, which is next month in November. If the community can work together and show that bullying is not okay socially, then it's an excellent way to stop bullying outside the home.
And that is the end of our presentation. So thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.